What if the two most powerful militaries on Earth stopped threatening each other and actually fought? Not a proxy conflict, not sanctions, not political threats on a world stage, an actual direct confrontation between the United States of America and Russia. No country has ever seen anything like it. And here is exactly what military experts say would happen. It would start fast. Within the first hours, both sides would unleash a cyber offensive unlike anything the world has ever seen. Russian state hackers would target America's power grid, financial systems, and military communications. Cities across the eastern United States would go dark. ATMs would stop working. Hospital systems would crash. At the same time, the US would hit back, knocking out Russian satellite systems, freezing state funds, and disabling military command networks across the country. And all of this would happen before a single soldier crossed a single border. Then the air campaign would begin. American F-35 stealth jets, invisible to most radar systems, would strike Russian air defense positions across Eastern Europe. Russia would respond with hypersonic missiles. These are weapons that travel at 5 times the speed of sound and can change direction mid-flight, making them almost impossible to intercept. NATO allies would be pulled in immediately. Every country in the alliance would be legally obligated to respond. That means 32 nations entering the conflict within days. On the ground, it would be brutal. Russia has one of the most battle-hardened armies in the world. They have spent years fighting in real conflict zones. But the United States and NATO combined would have overwhelming numbers, air superiority, and the most advanced weapons technology ever built. The ground fighting would be concentrated in Eastern Europe, Poland, the Baltic states, Romania. Cities would become battlefields. Millions of civilians would flee. Now here is where every expert agrees this is the moment that terrifies everyone in that room. If Russia starts losing badly on the battlefield, their own military doctrine allows them to use tactical nuclear weapons, not as a last resort, as a battlefield option. A tactical nuclear device is smaller than the ones dropped in World War II, but it would still level an entire city. And the moment one is used, the entire calculation changes forever. Quick pause, if you are watching this and you are not yet subscribed, you need to know that most people watching this channel right now are not subscribers. That means you will miss what comes next. Hit subscribe right now and follow us on social media, links are right below. It takes 2 seconds. Now let's finish this. The global economy would collapse within weeks. Russia is one of the largest energy exporters on the planet. The moment that supply chain is disrupted, oil prices would explode. Europe would face energy shortages. Food prices would skyrocket globally. Countries in Africa, the Middle East, and South Asia that depend on Russian and Ukrainian grain exports would face a food crisis within months, and they would not even be part of the conflict. And then there is China. Beijing has been deepening its relationship with Moscow for years. A full-scale US-Russia confrontation could push China to provide weapons, intelligence, and economic support to Russia, putting the world's 3 largest military powers in direct opposition for the first time in history. Here is the truth that every military strategist, every world leader, and every nuclear physicist agrees on. There is no version of a direct US-Russia conflict that ends well for anyone. Not for the soldiers. Not for the civilians. Not for the countries that never fired a single shot. The weapons that both sides hold are not designed to win a war. They're designed to make sure that war never starts. That is the only reason the world is still here. This story is not fiction. Every weapon mentioned in this video exists right now. Every scenario described has been war-gamed by real military planners in real rooms. Understanding this is not about fear. It is about making sure the people who make these decisions know that the world is watching. If this opened your eyes, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Most of the people watching us right now are not subscribed and are not following our page. Fix that today. Subscribe, follow us on social media, and we will see you in the next one.